الله الرحمن الرحيم.
ازيكم يا ابطال جريد 2026. معاكم دكتور احمد البتنوني. النهارده باذن الله هنحل على الجيولوجي ونتعلم التريكس بتاعه الاسئله عشان امتحان باذن الله اللي هو يوم 14/1/2026. معانا النهارده باذن الله 500 سؤال واسئله من الامتحانات القديمه، ده غير ال500 سؤال. فبإذن الله هتطلع النهاردة من الفيديو المادة في جيبك حرفيا بإذن الله. يلا عشان ما اطولش عليكم، جهز لي كوباية الشاي وورقة وقلم، ويلا نجيب المادة في شوية أبطال. يلا نبدأ مع أول سؤال. يقولك what is the study of Earth's solid material and the structure and the process that creates them. Earth's solid material and structures. طيب يبقى الهايلايتر ماشي. طالما قالك Earth's solid material and structure والبروسيس، يبقى هو كده قصده على ايه؟ قصده على الجيولوجي. تمام. المينرال is can be made of an element أو طب can be liquid؟ لأ، قلنا لازم يبقى solid. طيب made of more than one component؟ لا، يبقى ايه؟ can be an element. طيب which of the following properties are used to describe minerals؟ color، hardness، crystal structure، يبقى ايه؟ all of the above. طيب the crystal is a semi-solid material. احنا قلنا عشان الكريستال خاص بالمينرال هيبقى لازم solid، يبقى هدور على الإجابة اللي فيها solid. طب liquid material؟ لا. structure unit of rocks؟ لا. a solid material whose atoms and ions are arranged in a repeating pattern. Water is not a mineral, but ice is a mineral too. ناخد بالنا عشان بيلعب في السؤال ده كتير قوي في الامتحانات السنين اللي فاتت، كان جايب أسئلة شبه دي. الwater not a mineral but ice is a mineral، أو يجيب في الاختيارات which of them are mineral، ice وwater واختيارات تانية. فايه الايس mineral. all minerals have unique chemical composition too. Which of the following are minerals؟ salt، obsidian، glass، none of the above. طيب mineral salt؟ لا. obsidian؟ what is the chemical composition of a diamond؟ diamond كربون. بيقولك الفحم لما يتضغط قوي 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 يطلع دايموند، يبقى C. the crystalline structure of two specimens of the same mineral are same mineral. طالما two specimens فراغات أو crystal structure بتاع ال same mineral هيبقوا identical، مش similar بس، لأ شبه بعض بالملي. minerals can be formed by cooling of a liquid material ولا by material precipitating out of water ولا by molecules being exposed to high temperature and pressure. هتبقى all of the above. وبيقولك can be formed from، السؤال ده زي مثلا بيقولك can be formed of sedimentary rocks، igneous rocks، metamorphic rock، فهي all of them. mineral must possess which of the following qualities؟ المفروض تحقق ايه من الجاي؟ must be solid، naturally occurring، inorganic، يبقى ايه all of the above. which of these structures isn't usually very useful for identifying minerals؟ طيب color، color ليه؟ لأن في minerals مختلفة عن بعضها ولكن عندها نفس الكالر، وفي minerals شبه بعضها في كل حاجة ويبقى هما نفس الجروب ولكن مختلفين في الكالر، فعشان كده بنقول ان هو مش اليوسفول قوي ان احنا نعمل identification بيه. طب crystal is a solid in which atoms are arranged in a regular repeating pattern too. organic minerals are made by a natural process. false. ليه؟ لأن احنا قلنا من الخصائص من شوية لازم يبقى inorganic and naturally occurring. هو هنا بيقولك organic minerals، مفيش organic minerals أصلا. Four substances are described correctly, but only one is a mineral. Which one is the mineral? ماشي. هنقول الستيل because people make it by mixing. طيب people ما بقتش كده naturally occurring، يبقى مش الستيل. طيب volcanic glass because it is a naturally occurring random assemblage of molecules. ممكن، ليه لأ. طيب table salt because it has a definite crystal structure of sodium and chlorine. أو هي دي. طب ليه؟ آه ليه؟ لأن التيبل سولت احنا قلنا على الهالايت من خصائصه ايه؟ إن هو يبقى سولت أو تيبل سولت اللي هو NaCl وعندها definite crystal structure، الوحيدة اللي عندها definite crystal structure. يبقى ايه هي؟ الباقي لو هو خدتوا بالكم هو ما بيتكلمش قوي، بيتكلم هنا قالك راندوم، فلا. نفس الكلام فوق قالك ميكسينج ما بين حاجتين، فلا. آه وهكذا. طيب الفركتشر describes the way a mineral breaks along planes of weakness, falls cleavage. طيب which of these mineral isn't a mineral but is a rock and why? The coal isn't a mineral because it is organic but it is a rock. صح؟ ليه؟ لأن هو أورجانيك فما بقاش مينرال ولكن هو روك. طب نكمل الاختيارات. الدايموند isn't a mineral، لا الدايموند mineral، يبقى الاختيار ده غلط. الجولد isn't a mineral، جولد mineral. طيب المان ميد glass isn't a mineral but it is a rock because it is not naturally occurring. وبيقول isn't mineral but it is a rock، هتبقى الكول. لأن الكلاس مش روك. طيب mass per volume يعني mass divide volume هيبقى ايه؟ الدنسيتي. Nearly all of the minerals in Earth's crust are composed of only 8 elements. 8 elements only. composed تقريبا يعني هو بيقولك nearly يعني تقريبا all of the minerals in Earth's crust are composed of only 8 mineral elements too. طيب each mineral has an exact chemical formula that never varies، يعني never عمرها ما بتختلف. لا طبعا غلط. الهالايت breaks into cubes because it fracture along perpendicular planes. أو طيب a measure of whether a mineral can scratch another mineral or be scratched by another mineral هتبقى المو hardness scale. طيب المايكا fracture in a one fracture بتنكسر in one direction and forms sheets طبعا two. طيب الابيتايت has a hardness of 5 and topaz has a hardness of 8. If a mineral can structure appetite but it's structured by topaz it has a hardness of. هو بيقدر يعمل scratch للابيتايت، تمام. يبقى between أعلى من 5 وأقل من 8 يبقى between 5 and 8. طيب radioactivity describes how much matter is in a certain amount of space. false، ملهاش علاقة. طيب the way light reflects off a mineral surface هتبقى ايه؟ luster. طيب بيقول لنا الفيدرس means فيدرس هتبقى means classy ولا soft looking with long fibers ولا sparkly ولا pearl like. هتبقى الفيدرس يعني classy. The main mineral that bubbles when a weak acid is put on It is calcite. Diamond is the hardest mineral too. Which of these descriptions doesn't identify gold? High density ولا shiny surface ولا reacts with acids ولا distinctive color. طبعا reacts with acid لأن هو قالك doesn't identify. Which of the following statement isn't true? Minerals are naturally occurring in organic substance. دي true. طيب a mineral has a definite chemical composition. دي true. طيب physical properties are an aid in mineral identification. True. طيب a mineral is always a crystalline solid. True. يبقى minerals always develop their characteristic external crystal form. دي false. طيب لأن هي مش بتطورها على طول، هي موحدة لخصائص معينة. طيب a naturally occurring in organic crystal solid with a definite chemical composition ده اللي هو المينرال، تعريف المينرال. طيب which of the following examples doesn't agree with the definition of a mineral؟ كالسايت ولا ايس ولا كول ولا دايموند؟ طبعا هتبقى كول لان هو organic. طيب as a physical property of minerals streak refers to streak color of powder of mineral. طيب as a physical property of mineral luster refers to way mineral reflects light. تمام هتبقى B. طيب mineral cliffage causes spaceman to have smooth flat surface also known as crystal phase. لا. irregular breaks that leave record surface on the mineral. لا. curved surface similar to the breakage pattern seen on large shanks of glass. لا. preferred direction of breakage due to bonding weakness in the crystal structure. أو mica can be easily split apart in sheets because of weak bonding. To a more scale of hardness is used to compare crystal faces. False. Quartz usually has an irregular fracture but lacks cleavage. True. The mineral halite is composed of equal numbers of sodium and olivine atoms. False. An example of combined elements mineral is اللي هو من compound اللي هو مخلط أو معاه حاجة ماشي هيبقى quartz. A regular three-dimensional arrangement of atoms in mineral is called crystal structure. طيب الكالسايت used to make cement. طيب minerals has a cleavage in one direction is لسه قايلينها مايكا. طيب the crystal is not a semi-solid ولا a liquid material structure unit of rock. لا solid materials whose atom and ions are arranged in repeated pattern. طيب the fluoride mineral can structure. fluoride ده اللي هو كام الهاردنس بتاعته نفتكر الفلورايد كان 4. طيب الفلورايد كان structure الأورث كلاس اللي هو الهاردنس بتاعته 6. لا. الدايموند اللي هو 10. لا. الشيبسوم اللي هو 2. التوباز يبقى 8. الفلتسبار is used in making not selene. Streak is a color of powdered mineral. A mineral can be structured by steel file. steel file اللي هو هنفتكر تاني steel file ده اللي هو قد ايه 2.5 3.5 ايا يكن. steel file but can't not be structured by iron nail. طيب يعني كده هو structured by steel file but can't structure by iron nail. تبقى الابيتايت اللي هو ما بين can be structured by steel file اللي هو 4.5 الأيرون نيل اللي هو 5.5. تمام. فيبقى اللي ما بينهم اللي هو الأبتايت. A good example of native element mineral is القلط طبعا. Mineral is inorganic solid material ماشي has a structure crystal structure natural occurring okay and has a definite chemical composition أو صح. طيب ال ice that formed on the top of mountain in cold area it is a mineral because it is formed alone in nature. So, oil isn't a mineral because it is liquid. Iron and it is liquid. Sorry, oil isn't a mineral because it is liquid. It is organic matter. It is not crystallized. يبقى all previous answers are correct. Iron and magnesium are used mainly in manufacture of iron ومغنيسيوم هيبقى ايه؟ هيبقى الستيل. Gypsum is used to make plaster and wallboard. طيب an example of component element minerals is نقط لسه قايلين quartz. The most common element in the earth's crust is carbonate, silicate, oxides. The most common هيبقى silicate. Chemical composition of quartz. الكوارتز composition بتاعته ايه؟ سيليكون وتاي اوكسايد. طيب chemical composition of calcite هتبقى كالسيوم كربونات. الهاردنس دي ايه؟ اللي هي resistant of mineral to be structured. Streak is the color of powdered mineral تبقى C. Luster is the reflection light from the surface of mineral. Yes. طيب Gilfage دي اللي هي ال breaking down along regular oriented planes of weakness. What happened when you are structuring quartz with calcite؟ ايه اللي بيقولك ايه اللي هيحصل لما تعمل كوارتز مع الكالسايت؟ الكوارتز قد ايه؟ 7. طب الكالسايت 3. طيب يبقى ايه اللي هيحصل؟ الكوارتز هيعمل سكراتش للكالسايت تبقى B. The highest hardness of diamond due to الهاردنس على طول للatomic structure of carbon. طيب التواز mineral structured all following minerals except تواز هيعمل structure لكل المينرالز اللي جاية expect اللي هو 7 يبقى كوراندوم 9 مش هعمل له هو الوحيد الأعلى من التواز. A mineral can be structured by a steel file ولكن ما يقدرش can't be structured by iron nail لسه حلنا من شوية هتبقى الابتايت. can be structured by knife blade okay and can be structured by nail of human هتبقى الشيبسون. Name of mineral which has a metallic cluster gold color and black streak. طيب metallic cluster gold color black streak is البيرايت اللي هو شبيه الجولد. The mineral which has the most weak atomic bond is atomic bond القوة بالhardness اللي هو التلج. Minerals has cleavage in one dimension is mica. If a mineral has a conchoidal fracture it would be طيب Conjunctural structure can be quartz. Quartz and halite have different crystal shapes primarily because of different crystal shape طبيعي arrangement of atoms and ions are different. Galena has a specific gravity of 7.5. specific gravity اللي هي نسبة الدنسity بتاعت الجلينا للدنسity of one of water. What is the naturally occurring inorganic solid material type هو solid و inorganic و naturally occurring minerals. طيب what is solid material whose atoms, molecules, or ions are arranged in an orderly repeating pattern crystals. طيب what is أو are the properties of the mineral are solid تمام mineral are inorganic تمام occur industrially لا يبقى 1 و 2. minerals have definite chemical composition ولا indefinite لا definite chemical composition. طيب a regular three-dimensional arrangement of atoms is called regular arrangement يبقى a crystal structure. The element consists of only one element is called native element mineral. Example of native element mineral are copper ولا iron ولا quartz ولا copper and iron. copper and iron ليه؟ لأن quartz component يعني فيها عنصرين. Naturally occurring collection of minerals grains are minerals grains naturally occurring collection هتبقى عادي روكس عادية ملهاش علاقة بالموضوع. mineral grains اللي هي الفتافيت أو التحطيمات بتاعة المينرال. Why are the minerals sold and different? Because of the chemical formula ولا because of the formation ولا because of the color ولا none of these هتبقى because of chemical formula. طيب mineralogists use a relative scale of hardness which is called Mohs hardness. Not describe the way of mineral reflects light. It is either metallic or non-metallic. Luster. Specific gravity is a ratio of a weight of mineral to the weight of an equal volume of water. Most non-metallic minerals have specific gravity less than 3. The first thing you note about a mineral color. What does this mean? Most metals are malleable. طيب ده معناه إن هما can be changed without breaking. طيب minerals have نقط color and some of them have a chemical reaction to نقط. طيب minerals have same color but some of them have a chemical reaction to acids. The calcite. Uranium minerals are radioactive. They can be detected with a Geiger counter. Some minerals are fluorescent. They change ultraviolet light to other نقط and from the example نقط من الاسم fluorescent fluoride change light to other wavelengths. Which mineral is the most in hardness؟ قلنا الدايموند أعلى حاجة في الهاردنس. is not from the branches of earth science study. earth science study هيبقى الأسترونومي لأن احنا قلنا هما astronomy, geology, meteorology, environmental science, hydrosphere, هات الوتر oceanic. طيب oceanography وجيولوجي وastrophy وميتيورولوجي. طيب وenvironmental دول ال 5 main branches of geology. The study of everything in 70% of Earth's surface is oceanography، لأن احنا عندنا 70% أو أكتر من المحيطات حول العالم كرة أرضية، فبالتالي 70% هتبقى للمية. Includes a study of water pattern والclouds والhurricanes والtornadoes. طيب يبقى الميتيورولوجي notice a scale of hardness more scale. طيب a mineral is can be made of an element ولا made of more than component ولا can be liquid ولا none of the above can be made of an element. Mineral must be solid, naturally occurring in organic and all هتبقى all of the above. طيب not is the color of mineral in powdered form ده الستريك. طيب not is the clearest property but we don't use to identify only color. طيب the parent material for all rocks is parent المagma. طيب which of the following types of rock is produced by magma that cool deep below the earth's crust. earth's crust below يعني تحت earth's crust هتبقى intrusive. طيب produced by magma يبقى intrusive igneous. طيب which of the following is an igneous rock. limestone ولا gypsum ولا gneiss ولا basalt. البازلت. The size and arrangement of crystal grains in igneous rock is called density ولا texture ولا hardness ولا luster. تبقى texture تبقى B. ملمسه. طيب an igneous rock with a mixture of large and small grains is a porphyry. Magma that cooled deep below the earth's crust forms what type of rock? Intrusive. The texture of igneous rock is determined by rate at which magma cools. A black or glass-like igneous rock, which cools quickly, preventing crystals to form as obsidian. Type the term igneous means fire formed. An example of an igneous rock which floats on water. سكوريا ولا بومس ولا كبرو ولا بازلت. تبقى بومس. طيب silicate liquids existing beneath the Earth's surface are called magma. Silicate liquids that flow out of the Earth's surface or seabeds are called lava. يبقى تحت الأرض ماجما، فوق الأرض lava. طيب intrusive igneous rocks form from the crystallization and consolidation of igneous rocks which called الintrusive يبقى inside the earth. Extrusive igneous rock from crystallization and consolidation of cooling of lava and igneous rocks outside the earth. In what kind of environment do igneous rocks form? environmentous igneous rocks form طبعا in volcanic environment. طيب in what ways are some igneous rocks different from others? There are intrusive rocks which have fine grain and extrusive which have coarse grain rocks. لا غلط، العكس. الintrusive rocks which have coarse grain and extrusive have fine grain هتبقى B. طيب igneous rocks originate when hot molten material called not cools and crystallizes المagma. طيب igneous rocks that form when lava solidifies are classified as extrusive or volcanic igneous rocks. طيب igneous rocks بيقول لك that form when lava solidifies are classified lava. ناخد بالنا من لفظ لافا دي يعني فوق الأرض، يعني extrusive أو volcanic. يبقى true. طيب which one of the following greatly affects both the size and arrangement of mineral crystallizes in an igneous rock؟ طبعا ال arrangement بتاع composition of rock surrounding the magma لا. rate of cooling of magma or lava طيب igneous rock rich in dark silicate mineral with about 50% silica are said to have a or an not composition rhyolitic لأ granitic لأ fine granite لأ basaltic igneous rocks are classified based on their texture and mineral composition. True. The major difference between volcanic and plutonic igneous rock is the type of mineral they contain. لا. طيب whether solidify أو their chemical composition. لا طبعا و all of the above. لا. Where does lava cool quickly? Lava. يبقى lava cool quickly طبيعي above the ground، لأن احنا قلنا lava هتبقى فوق الأرض. The most common igneous rock on Earth's surface is البيكماتite ولا بازلت ولا جرانيت ولا جبرو؟ البازلت. بيقولك not is an extrusive rock، اللي هو عايز example من الexamples بتاعتها اللي هو الأنديسايت. When igneous rock is dark in color it has لما تبقى dark في الcolor يبقى it has less than 5% quartz. لما تبقى dark في الcolor يبقى هي have less than 5% quartz. طيب which mineral doesn't belong to granite؟ الشيبس. The igneous rock with coarse grained structure is جبر ولا جرانيت ولا بازلت ولا دايرايت؟ جرانيت. طيب the igneous rock with glassy texture glassy obsidian. Magma that reaches the surface is called lava. طيب naturally occurring molten rock material generated within the earth المagma. Type granite consists mostly of large crystals of feldspar, quartz and mica. طيب البازلت consists mostly of tiny crystals of feldspar, quartz and mica. لا. feldspar and pyroxene. يبقى بازلت feldspar وبيروكسين. طيب جرانيت feldspar وكوارتز ومايكا. طيب the process responsible for changing sediments into sedimentary rock are compaction and cementation. طيب which of the following is an organic sedimentary rock؟ organic sedimentary rock. البازل لا. طيب organic يبقى هتبقى الكول. chalk is about a type of not of coal. لا. طب quartzite لا. طيب هتبقى limestone. chalk is type of limestone. طيب 138 a rock composed of cement rounded pebbles is a conglomerate. اللي بيبقى حواليها حاجات rounded يبقى دي conglomerate. تمام. rebel marks in rock are formed by moving wind or water. Type remains or traces of ancient planets and animals that are preserved in rock are called element ولا conservation ولا fossils ولا good fossils. Type to which of the following groups does Persei belong? Floated metamorphic ولا unfloated metamorphic ولا clastic sedimentary? Clastic sedimentary. The layering of sedimentary rock with coarse grains at the bottom and fine grains at the top. Coarse grains at the bottom and fine grains at the top. Foliation ولا conservation ولا graded bedding ولا cross bedding. لا graded bedding. طيب a sedimentary rock that contains quartz or calcite crystals in a whole core is a or an not good طيب the testing of sedimentary rocks for the presence of the mineral calcite can be done by using what test؟ ممكن اختبرها بإيه؟ الروك والكلو انستال؟ لا. hydraulic acid will cause the calcite to vest أو لأن احنا قلنا أي weak acid هيتحط على الكالسايت هيخليه إن هو يعمل bubbles or vest. طيب shell refers to rock formed from sandstone material ولا planet remains ولا clay minerals ولا carbonate هتبقى clay minerals. طيب which of the following is a biochemical sedimentary rock؟ biochemical synthesized material لا. الكول أو الشال لا. الكونجلوميريت لا برضه. طيب a clastic rock is a rock formed from cementation of transported grains أو of evaporation of seawater لا. by heat into limestone لا. by pressure لا. طيب which one of the following features isn't associated with sedimentary rocks؟ ايه من العناصر الجاية مش هيبقى بيتعامل او مش من خصائص الايه السedimentary rocks؟ البيتنج ولا foliation ولا fossils ولا all may be associated with sedimentary rocks؟ لا. foliation مش associated with sedimentary rocks هتبقى with metamorphic rocks. طيب which of the following types of sedimentary are most abundant؟ cross clusters ولا fine clusters؟ fine clusters هتبقى most abundant. طيب the tenderness of four variations in current velocity to segregate sediments on the basis of particle size is called classification لأ. compaction لأ. metamorphism لأ. sorting أنا بعمل sorting للparticles. which of the following types of currents can transport sand, grains, river ولا wind ولا ocean waves ولا all of these sand grains صغيرة جدا. طيب in which of the following sedimentary environment would you expect the sand deposits to be poorly sorted؟ poorly alluvial ولا beach ولا desert ولا glacial. Type which of the following environment is an example of shoreline or transitional environment؟ alluvial ولا continental shelf ولا تلتك التلتة ولا organic reef؟ لا تلتك. طيب most shells of marine organisms are composed of most shell silica لا calcium carbonate. طيب cross calcium material can be transported into a deep marine environment by rivers ولا الwind ولا turbid currents ولا all of these. لا turbid currents. Marina sediment deposited in water depths greater than about 12 feet, usually lake, carbonate shell ولا silica rich shell ولا fine grained material transported by the wind ولا all of these. all of these. لا كله. In which of the following environment would you expect to find type alluvial ولا beach. beach طبعا في oceanal lesion يعني related للبحر أو الحركة البحرية تبقى البيتش. طيب which of the following process isn't an important cause of substance during the development of a sedimentary basin. Cooling and contraction of the crust ولا deposition of sediments ولا erosion of sediments isn't important. erosion of sediments. Which of the following lists is written in order of decreasing particle size. decreasing يعني من الكبير للصغير. أكبر حاجة اللي هو هيبقى الميكتشر ولا هيبقى سيلتسون. سيلتسون هو أصغر حاجة. الميكتشر اللي هو الكونجلوميريت أكبر حاجة. ساندستون في الميديم. طيب بعد كده what is the difference between a parasite and a conglomerate. طيب parasite are cross current and conglomerate are fine grained. Well, conglomerate are cross current and parasite are fine grained. Well, parasite have round fragments and conglomerate have angular. ولا العكس. لا العكس صحيح. البارسايا have an angular fragments and conglomerate have a rounded fragments. لما قلت لك دايرة حواليه حاجات. feldspar rich sandstone is called a arkose. A sandstone with abundant rock fragments and clay minerals is a or an liserinate. Type. Which of the following rocks is deposited only by non-biological or chemical precipitation. halite, limestone ولا short arenite ولا coal. الهالايت. هالايت بس. طيب the most common classification process for fine plastic is cementation ولا compaction. compaction. Which of the following lists is written in the order of increasing temperature. increasing temperature أنا بزود الحرارة. طيب يبقى أنا أول حاجة من غير حرارة خالص اللي هو sedimentation. بعد كده الدايجينيسيس. بعد كده الميتامورفيزم. يبقى C. طيب which of the following process doesn't occur during diagnosis. which of the process metamorphism لأن احنا لسه قايلين دي بعدها. the term eyeline refers to transport and deposition by the wind ولا الستريم ولا الأوشن waves ولا البوكيت covers. لا الويند. يبقى eyeline refers to transport and deposition by the wind على وزن airline. نفتكرها. with time sediment transport by glaciers become rounded ولا become smaller ولا become rounded and smaller ولا none of these. none of these. with time sediment transported by a fluvial system. طيب become rounded ولا become smaller ولا becomes rounded and smaller؟ becomes rounded and smaller. يبقى باي ناخد بالنا باي كليسر محصلوش حاجة، بس باي فلوفيال system become rounded و smaller كمان. Which of the sand grains above has been transported the farther? 1 ولا 2 ولا 3 ولا 4؟ Which of the four grains above has been transported uh, the farthest؟ طيب السؤال ده فيه غلطة، إن هو المفروض يبقى فيه صورة. السؤال ده هيبقى غلط، بس مدى الطبيعي يعني هنختار الفارسس، هنختار هو قصده بالعدد الكيلومترز أو كده، نختار الأكبر يعني لو في الامتحان، بس مش معتقدش إن هو هيجي. The coal is formed from naturally gas, oil, limestone, preserved plant material. In which of the following sedimentary environments would you least expect to find gravel type؟ gravel يبقى active margin beaches ولا alluvial veins ولا glacial ولا deep marine؟ deep marine. gravel كبير يبقى deep marine. which of the following sedimentary environments is characterized by sand, gravel and mud؟ يعني موجود فيها الساند والجرافل والميت. active marine beach emergent beach ولا alluvial fans؟ alluvial fans فيها التلات. طيب which of the following sedimentary environment is dominated by waves and tidal currents؟ glacial ولا alluvial fans ولا تلتك؟ طيب silicous environments named for the silica rich shells deposit in them occur in an evaporate environment ولا in a swamp environment ولا in a deep sea environment؟ هتبقى in a deep sea environment. in the cross section of a sand uh, dune given above. طيب the wind was blowing right ولا left ولا in two cases ولا؟ طيب هي دي برضو كان المفروض إن في صورة، فهيبقى السؤال ده ملي cross section كذلك مش معانا. طيب what is the most abundant biochemical precipitate in the ocean؟ limestone. rebels occur on sand beneath the waves at beach ولا on underwater sandbars and streams ولا on the surface of wind-swept dunes ولا all of these can have rebels؟ الإجابة الصح دي all of these can have rebels، يعني الويند ويبت دونز كان، والستريمز اللي هو الأندر ووتر ساند بارز اند ستريمز، وكذلك الويفز ات بيتش. كلهم فيهم حركة يبقى كلهم repels، ممكن يبقى have repels. طيب in which of the following environment would you expect to find symmetrical repels بس بشكل symmetrical؟ الأوفيال لأ، البيتش البيتش ممكن نلاقي فيه. يبقى what is the approximate temperature of a sediment that is poured to a depth of 3 kilometer؟ 0 degree Celsius؟ لأ. 100 degree Celsius؟ لأن احنا قلنا إن احنا nearly كل كيلومتر ديبس يبقى بننزل 30 degree. تمام. يبقى increase to 30 degree. يبقى بالتالي بالتقريب هيبقى 90 degree، أقرب حاجة ليها هنا ال 100. طيب which of the following process occur during classification؟ recrystallization ولا compaction ولا cementation ولا كلهم ممكن يحصلوا في ال classification. Which of the following is an example of a physical as opposed to a chemical diagnostic process؟ ال reclassification ولا compaction well example of a physical as opposed to a chemical diagnostic process. طيب what is the porosity of newly deposited met؟ يعني حاجة new و deposit met البروستي بتاعته بتبقى حوالي قد ايه؟ بتبقى more than 50%. طيب which of the following group represents the most abundant sedimentary rocks limestone والدولomits ولا sandstone وconglomerate ولا short sand evaporates ولا metastone and shell؟ تبقى metastone and shell. طيب what type of sandstone is beside in the illustrations above؟ quartz A quartz arenite. يبقى ال type of sandstone is best in illustration above هو الكوارتز arenite. طيب which of the following sandstone types is most likely to form by the mechanical weathering of a granite؟ quartz arenite ولا ليثورينيت ولا أركوز ولا الشل؟ لا أركوز. سؤال number 186. تمام. المفروض إن في صورة هنا هو بيقولك إن هو إيه اللي بيعمل difference ما بين 3 cubes كده حاطط في كل واحد حبة sandstone، فبيقولك إيه اللي هيعمل beside it in the illustration اللي احنا استخدمناه في التفرقة، هنقول له إيه quartz arenite. طيب كمعلومة sandstone what type of sandstone استخدمناه هتبقى ايه quartz arenite ده لو جه، ولكن يعني السؤال ناقصه الصورة. طيب 188 which of the following sandstone types is most likely to form by the mechanical and intense chemical weathering of a granite؟ أهو which of the following sandstone types is most likely to form by mechanical and intense chemical weathering of a granite؟ هتبقى quartz arenite. هو ده اللي بيعمل illustration في نفس الوقت. تمام. A rock usually layered as a result of consolidation or liquefaction of sediment اللي هو sedimentary rock. The most common type in upper crust اللي هو sedimentary rock. طيب coal is usually formed in swamp ولا shallow water ولا river ولا desert؟ swamp. The most deeply buried coal is called anthracite. طيب with time and greater compaction البيت is converted to البيت بعديه على طول lignite. With further compaction bituminous coal converted into anthracite. طيب the chemical formula for gypsum الشيبسوم chemical formula بتاعته calcium سلكيد 2H2 أو يعني water تاخده ماشي وكالسيوم وسلكيد يعني CaSO4 plus 2H2O. طيب the chemical formula of toluene ايه هو الكالسيوم مغنيسيوم كربونات باور 2. طيب when some of the material comes out of the solution as salts, this process is called come out of material as salts يبقى ده ايه precipitation. طيب when the particles are pressed together يبقى دي compaction. طيب when material are deposited around sediment particles this process is called compaction ولا cementation ولا foliation ولا metamorphism. لا is called cementation. Which characteristic is found in sedimentary rock. crystals ولا fossils ولا gas bubbles ولا glassy surface. طيب تبقى الفوسلز هي الكاركترستكس أكتر حاجة بنلاقي فيها فوسلز السedimentary rock نعرفها بالفوسلز. طيب خلونا نكمل. question 201 بيقول لنا الميتامورفism can best be defined as. طيب compaction and cementation ولا precipitation of minerals dissolved in water ولا saltivation of magma by cooling ولا changing of rock by heat or pressure. طبعا ال changing of rock by heat and pressure. طيب بعد كده where does most metamorphic rock form. deep below the Earth's surface ولا on the Earth's surface ولا on within volcanoes ولا on lake beds. طيب هتبقى deep below the Earth's surface. طيب which of the following is classified as a metamorphic rock. basalt, diorite, limestone, schist. طيب the type of metamorphism that results from the heat of magma is called the heat of magma. طيب foliation ولا the rock cycle ولا contact metamorphism. طبعا ايه contact metamorphism بتاعت الهيت. طيب state is formed when great pressure acts on and causes crystal changes in what sedimentary rock. طيب granite ولا obsidian ولا limestone ولا shell. Which of the following describes the process by which sedimentary rock become metamorphic rock. weathering, erosion, intense heat and pressure. هتبقى intense heat and pressure. طيب metamorphism rocks metamorphic rocks with mineral crystals arranged in parallel layers or bands are calcitic ولا porphyritic ولا intrusive ولا fluid. An example of an fluted metamorphic rock is granite, gneiss, marble, quartzite. Gneiss. Like metamorphic rock are often found in association uh, with what geological event. volcanic eruption ولا earthquake ولا mountain building ولا air weathering and erosion. هتبقى mountain building. طيب the meaning of the word metamorphic is to change. Quartzite is composed largely of الكالسايت ولا مايكا ولا كوارتز ولا clay. هتبقى quartz. طيب granite can be metamorphosed into gneiss, schist, slate ولا serpentinite. هتبقى gneiss. طيب which isn't a cause of metamorphism. temperature, pressure, floating hydraulic acid. contact metamorphism is found near water. magma, preclastic. هتبقى magma. near magma. طيب regional metamorphism is found mainly in volcanoes, magma, convergent zone. طيب السليت is metamorphic rock. It may form it from granite ولا شينيس ولا shell ولا sandstone. هتبقى shell. It's just it's easy to identify because it has a foliation. طيب Michelangelo curved status with Carrara marble because uh, the marble was soft while marble was fine granite while marble was pure and color ولا all of the above. All of the above. Like which characteristics describe serpentinite. Type green was glacial. تمام. Green was cruciferous. Which metamorphic rock are easy to identify? Non-floated rocks ولا floated rocks ولا green rocks ولا greasy rocks 20 floated rocks. Floated metamorphic rocks uh, are never flooded high grade ولا caused by contact with magma caused by contact with magma. Metamorphic rock are classified primarily according to texture and presence or absence of foliation. Type which of the following is a non-floated metamorphic rock? الجنيس ولا slate ولا quartzite ولا flight يبقى quartzite. طيب the principal agent of metamorphism are heat and pressure طبعا. When rocks are metamorphosed, the mineral components of rock are transformed in the solid state. طيب contact metamorphism results whenever rocks are buried deeply beneath the crust ولا an earthquake occurs ولا lithospheric plates are in contact ولا magma is in contact with other rocks. Magma is in contact with other rocks. طيب metamorphism of limestone may contribute to global warming by release of oxygen sulfuric acid ولا carbon dioxide ولا nitrous dioxide. هتبقى carbon dioxide. basalt metamorphosis to be amphibolite ولا quartzite ولا marble ولا schist. هتبقى amphibolite. طيب if granite has been changed into metamorphic rock it will be gneiss ولا rhyolite ولا greenstone ولا slate. هتبقى gneiss. Some volcanic rock metamorphosed to schist ولا gneiss ولا marble ولا quartzite. schist. طيب some sedimentary rock looks like limestone metamorphosed into basalt, granite, marble. Extreme deformation is common during regional ولا contact metamorphism ولا layering ولا melting. طبعا regional metamorphism. When an igneous rock and decay introduce another rock, the intense heat of intrusion can result in metamorphism of this is known as contact metamorphism. طالما حصل contact ما بين الرocks يبقى contact metamorphism. In many metamorphic rock all kind of features and structures are smeared out by the transportation. Some sedimentary rocks like claystone, metastone, and shell metamorphose first to slate. The proclives of Marble as a metamorphic rock is limestone. Metamorphic rock transforms to igneous rock by melting and cooling. Which of these statements is true? Weathering and erosion affect all rocks on the Earth's surface. Weathering and erosion only affect sedimentary rocks on the Earth's surface, while weathering and erosion affects all rocks under the Earth's surface. Rocks are unaffected by weathering and erosion. لا, weathering and erosion affects all rocks on the Earth's surface. What rock type is formed from the slow cooling of magma under the Earth's surface under the intrusive type? Which of the following isn't one of the three major classes of rock? igneous metamorphic oceanic طبعا هي الوحيدة اللي مش منه. Identify the series of geological processes that can transform magma into granite, granite into sand, and sand into sandstone. طيب هنعمل الأول الماجما into granite by cooling. طيب الجرانيت into sand, weathering and erosion، وبعد كده compacting and cementing عشان يبقى sandstone. يعني هتبقى ايه؟ What element is missing from this diagram of the rock cycle؟ طيب مفيش diagram والراجل مجابهولناش. Which geological process can change any type of rock and to sediment؟ weathering and erosion. The interrelationship among the three rock types is identified as which of the following rock cycle? What geological process can change granite igneous rock into gneiss اللي هو metamorphic rock؟ طبعا الهيت والpressure. Identifies a series of geological processes that can transform sandstone into quartzite, quartzite into magma, and magma into light. طيب sandstone into quartzite. تمام. يبقى كده heat and pressure. طيب وبعد كده quartzite into magma، كده عملت melting. بعد كده هعمل magma into rhyolite، يعني أنا عملت cooling. يبقى هي دي. طيب the rock cycle suggests that rocks are always being added to Earth's mass. لا, rocks are continually recycled into different forms. Type the Earth is a dynamic planet because of presence of atmosphere and hydrosphere, well as a occurrence of rock cycle, well as the presence of living organisms and biosphere, well the melting of cryosphere to water. The occurrence of rock cycle إن هو بيدل دايما إن هو في على طول rocks are continually recycled، بتبقى على طول في استمرار recycled in the different forms. The atmosphere is the solid earth ولا the frozen part of hydrosphere ولا the water of the earth ولا the gaseous طبعا the gaseous envelope that surrounds the earth. طيب cryosphere. Cryosphere is the solid earth ولا the frozen part of hydrosphere ولا the water of earth ولا the gaseous envelope that surrounds earth. لا the solid earth the cryosphere. This lithosphere. Lithosphere is the solid earth that include continental and oceanic crust. ده هو الليثوسفير. يبقى ايه؟ طيب الهيدروسفير include water, mountain, frozen parts, life zone. طبعا ايه؟ water. Gray sphere is connected with water, mountain, climate, while none of them. None of them. The most turbulent place is in the upper atmosphere ولا الهيدروسفير ولا اللور atmosphere ولا الجيوسفير. طبعا اللور atmosphere. طيب ال underground water moves under the effect of not force normal ولا applied ولا gravity ولا resistant force. طبعا ايه gravity force. Gray sphere contains ice permafrost ولا glaciers ولا all of them. All of them. The oldest system is geosphere ولا hydrosphere ولا biosphere ولا atmosphere. طبعا أقدم حاجة الجيوسفير. biosphere includes animal ولا humans ولا predators ولا all of them. طبعا all of them. Rock cycle is important in cryosphere ولا hydrosphere ولا geosphere ولا biosphere. طبعا geosphere. The youngest system is cryosphere ولا geosphere ولا hydrosphere. None of them. طيب الهيدروسفير and the atmosphere are called water spheres ولا turbulent spheres ولا fluid spheres ولا none of them. Fluid spheres. The sphere, which is one of Earth's youngest system, and it is entirely unique to the Earth system, is atmosphere ولا biosphere ولا hydrosphere ولا cryosphere. طبعا هتبقى biosphere. طيب science is interested in studying underground water and surface water. طيب ده hydrology ولا mineralogy ولا oceanograph ولا economic geology. طبعا hydrology. The study of everything and 70% of the surface. Oceanograph. Weather prediction have become much more accurate in recent years due to radar and satellites. 2. The study of the effects of people on environment. Meteorology ولا environmental science ولا geology ولا astronomy. Environmental science. Include the science of is how weather affects the ocean. Include in the science of is how ocean affects climate. طيب حلو السؤال ده. طيب اللي هيعمل لي is how weather affects الأوشن. تمام ده الميتيورولوجي. طيب how the ocean affects climate ده climatology. يبقى دي. If you were to study the rocks that are found at the bottom of ocean basins, you would be studying this geological oceanography ولا oceanography ولا meteorology ولا geology. طيب هتبقى geological oceanography لأن أنا rocks are found فين bottom of ocean basins. يبقى ايه هنجمع بين geological و oceanography. طيب our scientists that study space and everything in it astronomers. What instruments or devices do astronomers use to study space? Telescopes, spacecraft, satellites, all of the above, all of the above. طيب Earth science is known as a combined science because it applies principles from chemistry, physics, and biology to study Earth. 2. Geologists search for natural resources such as minerals and fuels. Geologists, yes. طيب يبقى 2. A mineral is solid ولا liquid ولا قلنا mineral is a solid. طيب the atoms of a crystal are always arranged in a not pattern, in a repeating pattern. طيب mineral can be formed by all of the following except cooling of magma, precipitation from water, artificial synthesis in labs. طبعا دي لأ، لأن هو كده مبقاش naturally occurring. طيب which of these wouldn't be used from rocks and minerals? Jewelry ولا buildings ولا electrical device. Studying layers of earth is stratigraphy ولا geochemistry ولا plantology ولا military geology. طيب أنا بعمل studying للlayers of earth، تمام، يبقى دي stratigraphy. Studying the old characters like dinosaurs, the plantology. Rocks that contain valuable minerals are called sedimentary rocks. Metamorphic rocks ولا igneous rocks لا is called ores. What are rocks? Masses of crystals that form under pressure لا naturally carrying rates of mineral grains. Yes. طيب what are ores? الأورز valuable minerals in rocks. طيب which mineral has perfect cleavage؟ perfect cleavage on المايكا يبقى pyrite mica. If you observe a variety of samples of quartz, which property is likely to vary the most؟ طيب quartz الستريك hardness streak density ولا الجلفج؟ هتبقى ايه الستريك. When magma appeared on surface of the earth will take name as of. الماجما لما appear on surface of earth هتاخد name of lava. طيب الماجما when the temperature decrease the mineral be salt طبعا salt. طيب each mineral have a definite characteristic. This character change when the external ولا interior atomic structure change ولا الكلفج؟ طبعا الانتيريال atomic structure. طيب chemical composition of anthracite is ماشي. This composition is related to which silicate group؟ طيب anthracite هيبقى fluorosilicate ولا tectosilicate ولا inosilicates؟ inosilicates. السؤال ده مش عليكم يا شباب، ماشي، بس خدها كمعلومة. The igneous rock is the certification of magma, sediment or grains. طبعا magma. Extrusive rocks are formed when the lava certification extrusive يبقى on surface، intrusive يبقى onto the surface. تمام. Precise that change on metamorphosed rock. Metamorphosed rock. In rock cycle, metamorphic rock formed when the rock affected by pressure and temperature. Dynamic metamorphism happens due to the rock affected by pressure أو temperature. Pressure dynamic pressure. The rock has fault foliation. That means the rock affected by foliation يبقى pressure and temperature. Metamorphic. The rock affected by the temperature. The name of metamorphism process is temperature pass. ناخد بالنا فوق كانت dynamic metamorphic اللي هي affected by pressure. طيب الميتامورفيك اللي affected by temperature هتبقى called thermal أما الديناميك هيبقى affected by pressure. temperature هيبقى اسم البروسيس الثيرمينال. تمام. Classic sedimentary rock come from the mechanical ولا chemical ولا biological. mechanical weathering. طيب non-classic rock formed by chemical ولا mechanical ولا biological وchemical and biological. طيب biological and chemical weathering. The study of layers of earth is stratigraphy. طيب studying old crater-like tensors is paleontology. The sphere, which is one of Earth's youngest systems and it entirely unique to the Earth system, is atmosphere, biosphere, hydrosphere, cryosphere لسه قايلينها biosphere. طيب crystal is a semi-solid. لا قلنا solid material whose atom and ions are arranged in repeating pattern. الاتموسفير is salt earth ولا frozen part ولا water of earth. لا قلنا gases envelope that surround the earth. fluoride mineral can stretch earth glass ولا diamond. لا can stretch gypsum. الفلتر spar is used to make filter spar. قلنا used to make قلنا used to make porcelain. streak is the color of powder of mineral. A mineral can be structured by steel file but cannot be structured by iron nail. Apatite. Which mineral doesn't belong to granite? Feldspar, quartz, gypsum, mica. Gypsum. A good example of native element mineral is gold, quartz, gold. An example of combined elements mineral is an example of quartz. A regular three-dimensional arrangement of atoms in mineral is called a regular three-dimensional crystal structure. Calcite is used to make calcite cement (CC). The sphere, which is one of Earth's youngest systems, and it is listed on the biosphere. Mineral has a curvature in one direction, mica. The mineral is inorganic or solid material, has a crystal structure not only occurring and has a definite chemical composition. مش كريسفير ده اللي هو الخاص بالفروزن parts of hydrosphere. Chemical composition of calcite is calcium carbonate. Hardness is a resistance of mineral to be structured. What will happen when you starting quartz with calcite؟ اوكي هتبقى الكوارتز طبعا هيعمل structure للكالسايت. Iron and manganese are used mainly in manufactures of steel. The chemical composition of quartz is silicon dioxide. Luster is a reflection of light. Earth is a dynamic planet because of the occurrence of rock cycle. The name of the mineral, which has a metallic cluster, golden color and black streak, is قلنا شبيه الجهد اللي هو البيرايد. الشبسم is used to make cement, porcelain ولا plaster and wallboard. Type. Which property could be used to describe the known mineral? طيب atomic number ولا كلفة طبعا. Least reliable property in identifying a mineral is القلم. Sphere is a solid, the solid that includes a continental and oceanic crust. Cliffage is a breakdown of mineral along regular oriented plane. Weakness, okay. If a mineral has a congenital fracture it would probably be gypsum ولا mica ولا quartz ولا feldspar هتبقى quartz. Quartz and halite have different crystal shape primarily because of the interior arrangement of atoms. The atmosphere is solid airs while frozen part of atmosphere while water of Earth on a gaseous envelope that surrounds the Earth. The periosphere is the solid Earth while a frozen part on lithosphere اللي هو solid Earth that include continental and oceanic crust. Science that interested in studying underground water and surface water hydrology. Calcite is calcium carbonate. Hardness is resistant of mineral. An example of combined element mineral is quartz. A regular three-dimensional arrangement of atom in mineral is called crystal. Calcite is used to make cement. Mineral has a Kelvin in one direction. Mica crystal is a solid material whose atoms and ions are arranged in orbiting pattern. Fluorite mineral can scratch gypsum. The name of the mineral which has metallic luster, golden color, and black streak is pyrite, which property got in the field to describe a known mineral on a calvage. Last identifying on a color, the streak is color of powdered mineral. Mineral can be structured by steel file and cannot be structured by iron nail. Steel file can be structured by steel file applied. A good example of native element is gold. If a mineral has a confacture, it would be uh, quartz. Quartz and halite have a different crystal shape primarily because of light reflection from crystal surface differently while energy released while improved while the arrangement of atoms and ion are different. تمام. بعد كده هما الأسئلة بتتكرر يا شباب، يعني الأسئلة حالا بدأت تتكرر. فاختصارا للوقت خلونا ننقل على طول من وقتكم، ننقل على طول لأسئلة الامتحانات. Several marine missions have collected rock samples from the deep ocean. طيب when scientists analyze the rocks, which of the following is not necessarily true about the minerals they contain؟ طيب they are solid ولا they are naturally occurring ولا they are made of two or more elements ولا have a definite chemical composition. طيب هو بيقولك اللي not necessarily true about the minerals they contain إن هما قالك analyze rocks وكان في الديب ocean، يبقى ده كده sediment في الأغلب، يبقى هما مش بالشرط إن يكون فيهم they are made of two or more elements. تمام، not made of two or more elements. طيب السؤال اللي بعد كده what holds a mineral together as a salt؟ الاتراكشن طبيعي هيبقى الاتراكشن between ions. attraction between ions هنا C اللي صح. طيب the two most important elements in the Earth's crust are oxygen and silicon. طيب mineral can be structured by wind class. Okay. and not can and not be structured by a fingernail. طيب يبقى هو ما بين ال window glass and ال fingernail. معنى كده إن هو مش أعلى من ونص، ولكن هو لأن هو انكسر ما اتخدش بالفينجرنيل، يبقى مش أعلى من 2.5. تمام. يبقى هو أكيد الشيبسون. ليه؟ ماشي، هنعيد الحتة دي تاني. Mineral can be structured by window glass, okay, but cannot be structured by a fingernail. يبقى هو ما بين الفينجرنيل أعلى من الفينجرنيل وأقل من الويندو كلاس. الويندو كلاس كام؟ الويندو كلاس 5.5. طيب والفينجرنيل كام؟ 2.5. يبقى حاجة ما بينهم، يبقى الفلورايد 4. طيب يا مستر، يا دكتور، عايزين الهند بتاعت، نفتكر مع بعض الهند بتاعت التيبل بتاع الدايموند والفلورايد واللي هو الهارت مو تيبل. طيب هنقول the good geologist can find AMA ores quickly through correct data. مع بعض كده. the اللي هو التلج 1 good هنسكيب كود. هنسكيب كود. تالت كلمة معانا geologist دي اللي هي التالت كلمة، هننقص واحد هيدينا ال الباور بتاعها في الهاردنس بتاعتها في التيبل اللي هو 2. طيب كان كالسايت رابع كلمة، هننقص واحد هتبقى تالت هيبقى الباور بتاعها أو الهاردنس بتاعتها 3. فلورايد find كان find اللي هو نمبر 5 اللي هو ناقص واحد هيبقى 4 اللي هو الباور أو الهاردنس بتاعت الفلورايد. إيما اللي هو الأبيتايت. إيما طيب الإيما الترتيب بتاعها كام؟ نمبر 6 في الكلمات. طيب يبقى هننقص واحد اللي هي مكان الجود اللي احنا شلناه، نقص واحد هتبقى 5. طيب الأورز أورز كلاس 6 يبقى هي الأورز تكتبها 7 ولكن هي ككلمة 6. هننقص واحد هتبقى تديني الباور بتاع الأورز كلاس. طيب quickly نمبر 8 في الجملة، كلمة نمبر 8 ولكن هي هتديني هنقص واحد هتديني 7. 7 ده بتاع ايه؟ بتاع كوارتز. quickly throw تباس تديني الباور بتاعت تباس قد ايه؟ 8. تباس 8 ناقص واحد هي نمبر 9 في الجملة، ناقص واحد هتبقى 8 هتبقى تباس. correct random 9 data diamond 10. طيب the color السؤال اللي بعد كده the color shape and hardness of any mineral depend on not of the mineral atomic structure ولا chemical structure of magma ولا mood of occurrence ولا interaction of some element. لا atomic structure. تعال if there is a lake rich in calcium sulfate with high evaporation which mineral will be crystallized؟ كالسايت ولا الدولومايت ولا الشيبسوم ولا الهالايت؟ هو قالك ليك ريتش من كالسيوم سلفيت. طيب يبقى لما يحصل high evaporation which mineral will be crystallized؟ تبقى الكالسايت ولا الدولومايت ولا الشيبسوم ولا الهالايت؟ وقال لك كالسيوم سلفيت ده كان related بإيه؟ بالشيبسون، لأن هو composed of calcium sulfate dihydrate. ده كان التكوين بتاع الشيبسون. طيب الكالسيوم conversation of mineral forming halite table salt يبقى NaCl صوديوم كلورايد. If you observe a variety of symbols of quartz, which property is likely to vary the most؟ الكوارتز عندنا ليه colors كتير، purple pink white clear. طب حد يقول لي ليه ما استخدمناش الستريك؟ لأن الستريك آه، بيبقى الكالر بتاع المينرال الواحد اللي هو white for quartz. What are ores valuable mineral in rocks؟ طيب what are rocks؟ naturally occurring aggregates of mineral grains. Which mineral have perfect cleavage؟ البيتايت mica. ماشي. Galena has a specific gravity of 7.5. A regular three-dimensional arrangement of atom in mineral is called crystal structure. Uh, which of the following isn't a substance that can violate the water supply؟ swag ولا wood salt ولا architecture test؟ لا هتبقى green off. طيب how are nitrates and phosphates commonly introduced to water supplies؟ through fertilizers ولا detergents ولا waste from organisms؟ all of the above. Correct. Like why is the water that is used to cool and condense steam from a power plant and return it to river or lakes or the ocean a problem؟ تمام. ليه هي problem؟ لأن ال water دي warmer than the water body it enters and doesn't hold as much oxygen, so less is available for organisms. The water is warmer than the body it enters and can cause replacement of existing organism by warmer water organism. ولا the water is warmer than the body it enters and can kill organisms؟ ولا all of the above؟ all of the above. طيب what purpose does chlorine serve in the wastewater treatment process؟ chloro ماشي it kill ال danger microorganisms in water. طيب why is usually uh, more difficult to solve problem of groundwater pollution than problem of surface water pollution? Groundwater pollution comes from a greater variety of sources than surface water, while groundwater usually contain a greater variety of pollution than surface water, while groundwater moves much more slowly than surface water. عشان كده بيبقى صعب to solve the problems of groundwater pollution. A mineral can be structured by steel file okay but cannot be structured by apatite. يبقى هو ما بين ال 5 and 6.5. الأورث class. Traditional methods. Okay, traditional methods of irrigation are inefficient cause too much water lands on the leaves of crop while water evaporates or soaks into the soil between crops. ده حقيقي يبقى inefficient. What is the largest single use of fresh water in the United States؟ domestic ولا thermoelectric ولا irrigation ولا industrial؟ لأ السنجل use the largest thermoelectrical. Which of the following is an example of consumptive use of water؟ water used for bathing ولا water used for washing clothes؟ water used for toilet flushing ولا water from a lone sprinkler that evaporates. Which of the following best describes drip irrigations? Water is applied slowly to the soil, so a special pumping and tubing that is punctured with many small holes, while using plants that are naturally adapted to the climate of an area, while water is supplied through sprinklers that spray water over large area, while using a system of a large surface pipes and channel to transport water. Water is supplied slowly to the soil through special piping and tubing that is punctured with many small holes. Type. Which of the following isn't an example of water conservation? Low flush toilet, while a faucet with motion sensors, while exhaust escaping ولا landscaping with creases in hot dry area. هتبقى landscaping with creases in hot dry area. طيب hematite and halite. Hematite and halite have different crystal shape primarily because of impurities that produce surface variation ولا light reflection from crystal surface ولا arrangement. قلنا أي حاجة different بسبب arrangement of atoms and iron are different. طيب which of the following example doesn't agree with the definition of a mineral? calcite ولا diamond ولا gold ولا cool ليه؟ إن هو organic. طيب an aquifer with free. طيب هنسكيب الصفحة دي عشان مش واضحة. What do all four rock symbols have in common? They contain minerals. ليه طيب ما اخترناش زي شو كالفتش؟ لأن مش كلهم عندهم كالفتش. عندك روك 2 أهو، حتى لو مش باينة الصورة قوي بس هو روك 2 هو مشرحش إن فيه كريستالز. ازاي هيبقى فيه كالفتش؟ هو بيبقى زي contain minerals. ده common ما بينهم. If you have three symbols of mineral A, B, و C, the symbol A scratch symbol B and not scratch symbol C، يعني A أعلى من ال B و أقل من ال C. تمام؟ تمام. لما بيقولك symbol A is fluoride، طيب fluoride أعلى من كالسايت بس أعلى من الجبس يبقى لأ، يبقى اختيار A لأ. طيب symbol A is apatite، ماشي apatite أعلى من التلج، أوكي، ولكن السي فلورايد لأ، يبقى الأبتايت أعلى من الفلورايد، كان هيعمل لهم سكراتش هما الاتنين. طيب symbol A is also class، ماشي. symbol B is apatite، ماشي. symbol C is quartus، اه يبقى هو أعلى من الأورثو كلاس، يبقى مش هيعمل له سكراتش، يبقى الأورثو كلاس هيعمل سكراتش للأبيتايت ومش هيعمل للكوارتز، صح كده تبقى سي. طيب بعد كده why is frozen water less dense than liquid water? Because the molecules of frozen water form an open structure that is more species than the more closely packed molecules of liquid water. طيب which of the following isn't a property of water? Water molecule consists of two hydrogen atoms bonded to an oxygen atom, while a water molecule has a negative charge on one side and a positive charge on the other, while water has a low boiling point as well as low freezing point اللي هي هتبقى C dimensional property of water. طيب the major process in the water cycle are melting and infiltration ولا evaporation and precipitation ولا transpiration and condensation ولا surface runoff and groundwater flow, like evaporation and precipitation. Uh, where is uh, uh, where is there more evaporation than precipitation within the Earth system? Over the surface of Earth's ocean or Taiwan. How does the movement of water vapor compare to the movement of liquid and solid water through the Earth's system? There is net movement of water vapor from the continents to the ocean and net movement of liquid and solid water from the ocean to continent, while the water vapor doesn't move over the continents, and liquid and soil water don't move to the oceans, while the water vapor is in the Earth's system is not significant and cannot be compared to the much greater volumes of liquid and salt water, while there is net movement of water vapor from ocean to continent, and net movement of liquid and solid water from continent to ocean. تمام. يبقى دي the name of mineral which has metallic cluster golden color and black streak is pyrite أعتقد يعني زهقنا من السؤال ده. If you observe a variety of symbol of quartz. تمام خلينا نبدأ قبل كده. طيب which branch of earth science studies the following image؟ كانت جاية في امتحان قبل كده. عندنا هنا هنلاقي كاو وطريق. هو هنا بي آه بيشوف عن structural geology، بيدرس structural geology. طيب which branch of earth science discovered the places of Egyptian monuments؟ طيب يبقى geophysics. طيب which branch of geology determines the ancient conditions since million years ago؟ climate condition. يبقى هو بيتكلم كده عن climatology. The science which most help in constructing new cities in arid area is engineering geology. The science which most concerns about determines the location of iron ore is mineralogy. Quartz differs from halite in all of the following except Kelvin. What is the physical property that show as an symbol of pyrite without using any tools؟ pyrite. اوكي. الكيوبيك كيلفج اللي هو تقله، هو اللي هيبينه لي in front of your eye a small yellow brown streak crystals and a metallic cluster. You did your investigation which showed that hardness is 5 mu and mineral is uptight. طيب بيقول لك the following table is showing some types of non-metallic cluster. Study it and answer question 9 and 10. طيب which row determines that lister of quartz and feldspar respectively؟ يعني quartz اللاستر بتاعه فيتروس، اوكي، والفلتسبار بيرلي هيبقى دي. طيب from the previous table row 3 row 3 اللي هو dull وwaxy describe the luster of respectively يعني بالترتيب. الdull مثلا A وبعد كده الwaxy A. dull hematite and cleaner لأ calcite and تلج أو تلج waxy والكالسايت dull. Okay, to prepare sand section in sandstone. rock symbol, we can use a knife blade made of sandstone rocks. ماشي النايف بليد made of A عشان نعمل prepare thin section هيبقى ground and unidentified mineral that is cleaved in only one direction and has a metallic cluster. This mineral most likely is Muscovite mica. Okay, and كده. So the following image result shows the cleavage of three minerals, fluoride, halite, and calcite from left to right. Then answer. Mention the type of cleavage respectively. هيبقى fluoride هيبقى occidental, cubic, and sweep perfect. يبقى الفلورايد occidental. طيب الهالايت cubic والكالسايت sweep perfect. What happens when structuring quarters with window glass and steel file? طيب quarters 7. Okay, الويندو كلاس 5.5. طيب steel file يبقى both neither Windows class or steel file will affect. Type when the engineer built a building in North Coast, which of the following decorative stone must be used to cover the wall؟ طبعا الماربل لأنه high quality granite. تمام. To manufacture extra rapid hardening cement must adding calcium chloride due to sulfide quickly إن هو بيعمل sedimentation quickly. بعد كده سؤال 17 quartzite rock has low porosity and it is hard to use. صح. طيب بيقول لك بعد كده 18 Alexandria government take a decision to cover all the front of the building with a certain material. Advise them not to use one material of the following. Not to use. طبعا الجرانيت عادي كوتسايد ساندستون لأ تمام هيستخدموا اللي ما يستخدموهوش اللايم ستون. اللايم ستون ما ننصحهمش إن هم يستخدموه عشان ألكسندريا ده أوشانيك government. Steel is an alloy that is widely used in construction and other applications due to its low tensile strength and high cost ولا its low tensile strength and low cost ولا its high tensile أيوة and low cost. طيب crushed stone is an economic resource. How is crushed stone mainly used? It's used in building houses. طيب which rock of the following has a thinnest crystals؟ البيجماتايت ولا باسلت ولا تايرويت ولا أوبسيديان؟ طبعا الأوبسيديان thinnest crystal obsidian. طيب بعد كده 22 studies the following graphs and answer question 22 and 23 which A represents silica percentage تمام and B present color from dark to light in igneous rocks. يبقى which of the following is the best expression for this graph؟ when the silica percentage decrease lightness increase؟ لا lightning decrease. طيب when the silica percent increase lightness decrease؟ لا increase. طيب when the silica percentage decrease darkness increase أو صح. طيب question 23 from the previous graph the percent relation will be still same when we place color in B with تمام with sodium percentage. طيب magma solidification granite. الماجما بعد solidification بتبقى granite. This process occurs slowly forming mineral pool of potassium ولا slowly forming mineral rich of potassium. وأيوه هي دي. يبقى إيه forming slowly slowly forming minerals rich of potassium. تمام. طيب بعد كده بيقول لك 25 which of the following rocks contain higher percentage of iron pearlite and gabbro ولا pearlite and diorite ولا rhyolite and gabbro ولا rhyolite and diorite. طيب higher percentage of البيرتايت ومعاه الجبرو. الجبرو أعلى، ده أعلى حاجة وبعدين الجبرو. Which property gives the best evidence that granite was formed in deep depths under our surface؟ ده اللي هو the cross grains ولا chemical structure ولا low density ولا mineral components. ماشي. that in deep depths under the water cross grains under the surface. طيب سؤال 27 the texture of volcanic rocks is all of the following except the cross grains. Rock salt is formed and sewer osses. What does this suggest about ancient climate and sewer osses? Cold and humid ولا hot and dry ولا tropical and rainy ولا coastal and rainy؟ لأ hot and dry. Which rock may forms when magma meets with cold sea water suddenly؟ هتبقى obsidian ولا andesite ولا rhyolite ولا scoria؟ تبقى scoria. طيب what is the cross grain texture of a piece of pegmatite cannot tell us about؟ the size of crystals ولا the way of formation ولا the place of formation ولا type of mineral؟ لا way of formation cannot tell us about the way of formation. طيب a rock is composed of several large rounded pebbles and sand grains similar together. Which interference about the rock is best supported by this description? It is inorganic sedimentary rock ولا it is calcitic sedimentary rock ولا it is chemical sedimentary rock ولا organic sedimentary rock؟ it is calcitic sedimentary rock. طيب the similarity and differentiation between scoria and gabbro can summarize in one sentence. Similar in mineral composition and differ in silica percentage؟ لا similar in mineral composition and differ in texture. أو طيب finding السؤال اللي بعد كده finding a sandstone could tell you that this region was a shallow ocean. طيب بعد كده بيقولك on increasing pressure what is the right order؟ طبعا هنبدأ بالبيت بعد كده بوتمانيوس ولا بيقولك بيت وبعد كده بوتمانيوس وبعد كده ليجند وبعد كده أنثرسايت؟ مش هو هنا المفروض بيت ليجند بوتمانيوس أنثرسايت بس يعني هي دي غلط بس تمام. هي دي أصح إجابة يعني احنا بنبدأ بالبيت وننتهي بالأنثرسايت تمام بس الأصح والصح اللي هي بيت ليجند بوتمانيوس أنثرسايت تمام. طيب during your geological field trip you noted a white area with Dolomite rock. What you conclude about the geological history of this area? It was a lake in hot region. اه دولومايت روك يبقى نقطة إن هي كانت a lake وهوت region. طيب what happened if clay stone and metal stone exposed to high temperature and pressure؟ الاتنين يبقى كده it will be changed to slate. طيب if the metamorphic rock deeper burial and exposed to heat and pressure suggested that suggested a change will be occur on the metamorphic rock. طيب يبقى كده it will be melting ولا it will be solidified ولا it will be more crystals ولا less crystal؟ لا it will be more crystallized. Gneiss and schist are metamorphic rock, but they differ in the texture, the crystal arrangement, ولا size of grains ولا region of metamorphosis. لا هي crystal arrangement. Like which type of pressure will result in the alignment of metamorphic mineral? Pumping pressure ولا chemical pressure ولا direct ولا contact pressure؟ لا direct pressure هو ال result in the alignment of metamorphic mineral تبقى direct pressure. طيب what is the correct order of following rocks by increasing the metamorphism condition؟ طبعا هنبدأ بالشل. تمام يبقى shell slate flight schist. طيب بعد كده بيقول لك what is the rock that is expected it has clear fossil هتبقى sandstone. Why the metamorphic rock don't often contain fossil? Because it forms under Earth's surface ولا forms from igneous rock ولا metamorphosed by heat ولا has a floated structure. هتبقى because it metamorphosed by heat. بيقول لك ده اللي هو الروك سايكل. بيقول لك what geological process occurring to at location 6 and 7 من the following diagram. طيب 6 و 7 هو بيودينا السيتمنت. قلنا السيتمنت أي حاجة هتبقى weathering و transportation و precipitation أو weathering و erosion. طيب السؤال اللي بعد كده بيقول لك if sedimentary rock is limestone and the metamorphic rock is marble that 3 is referring to. يقول لك sedimentary rock is limestone metamorphic marble. تمام يبقى 3 دي A من igneous rock ل metamorphic rock اللي هي الماربل. فبيقول لك 3 دي A pressure only ولا heat only ولا low pressure and low heat ولا high pressure and low heat؟ هتبقى high pressure and low heat. طيب by studying the diagram what is the temperature condition in 1 and 2 respectively؟ طيب 1 هتبقى increase في 2 هيبقى cooling يبقى temperature هتكريز يبقى increase و decrease يبقى B. The first rock that had formed at the beginning of Earth's formation had formed due to increasing of temperature of its component ولا decreasing of temperature of its component ولا decreasing then increasing of temperature of its component ولا stability of temperature؟ لا تبقى B decreasing of the temperature of its components. طيب first rock had formed on Earth's surface maybe A basalt ولا dolomite ولا quartzite ولا calcite؟ هتبقى A basalt. طيب During a rock cycle, when a sedimentary rock with grain size larger than 1 millimeter exposes to high temperature نقط is formed كارتسايت formed يا باشا. يلا اللي بعده على طول يا دكاترة. In a rock cycle, if a light intrusive igneous rock with large grains subjected to high temperature and pressure, it will be changed to schist ولا slate ولا جنيز ولا amphibolite. لا جنيز. يلا اللي بعده. Study the diagram and answers following. طيب يلا. If metamorphic rock deeper burl and exposed to heat and pressure. إيه. And pressure suggested changes will be occur on the metamorphic rock. Yep. It will be melting ولا will be more crystallized ولا will be solidified ولا will be liquefied. هتبقى will be more crystallized. ده امتحان جديد. يلا. What does the term interdisciplinary work mean? The connection between work and life ولا the combination of workers from different skills level ولا combination of workers ولا combination of two or more scientific field. هتبقى combination of two or more scientific field. هتبقى دي. طيب what is the science which dealing with the occurrence and distribution of underground water? الميteorology, geomorphology ولا hydrology ولا sedimentology. hydrology. يلا اللي بعده يا دكاترة. The study of the characteristics, origin and development of landforms. ده geology ولا geomorphology ولا geochemistry ولا sedimentology. يبقى geomorphology. B. Type the branch of Earth science that deals with objects beyond the Earth's atmosphere هو الأسترونومي. The branch of geology that deals with crystal forms is stratigraphy ولا meteorology ولا sedimentology ولا mineralogy. طيب هتبقى المينرولوجي إن هو crystal forms اللي هي المينرالز. طيب you have two samples, one is calcite and the other is halite. How would you differentiate between without using any equipment? طيب without using any equipment يبقى الهايتنس halite with calcite الهايتنس. You have two minerals samples. The first is gold and the other is pyrite. How could you differentiate between them? الستريك قلنا هما شبه بعض ما عدا الستريك بتاع البيرايت بلاك. طيب بعد كده you encounter a clear mineral in a vein within a rock which your instructor tells you it is a quartz, calcite, talc or gypsum. You can scratch it with your pocket knife, okay, but not your fingernail. So the mineral is احنا ما بين البوكيت نايف and fingernail. تمام. يبقى كالسايد ولا تلج ولا جيبسوم ولا كوارتز ولا جيبسوم. تبقى جيبسوم. During your capstone, if you want to use science at night on the bridge, but it must be saving energy, you can use not phosphorescent fluorescent mineral ولا metal mineral ولا phosphorescent mineral ولا non-metal mineral phosphorescent mineral. طيب during a practical session in chemistry lab the teacher added calcium hydroxide to ammonium carbonate powder. The result what would be a mineral of malachite ولا a mineral of calcite ولا a mineral of dolomite ولا none of the above mineral of calcite. طيب اللي بعد streak measures the color of minerals powder. 12. Which of the following example doesn't agree with the definition of a mineral? gold ولا calcite ولا lignite ولا diamond؟ lignite لأن هو من اللي هو المتحول من الشكل من أشكال الكول اللي هو الفحم. if there is a lake rich in calcium sulfate with high evaporation يبقى which mineral will crystallize الجبسون الجبسون. which of the following doesn't belong with other limestone ولا gypsum ولا dolomite؟ لا sandstone not belong to the other type. A mineral can be structured by steel file and cannot be structured by apatite. quartz ولا orthoclase ولا fluorite ولا tobias؟ هتبقى الفلورايد. طيب a badly mixed cement concrete result in screeching ولا bleeding ولا honey camping ولا none of them؟ هتبقى honey camping. طيب بعد كده ده كانت pick up the mineralic rock from the following quartz sand ولا granite ولا magnesite ولا limestone؟ هيبقى granite. The rock generally used for roofing is granite ولا slate ولا basalt ولا pumice؟ slate. Name the type of cement from the following for canal leaning. تمام هيبقى porcelain cement يبقى دي. طيب which rock withstands weathering well and is often used for status marble. طيب the name of the type of cement that is suitable for canal leaning porcelain cement. طيب بعد كده 22 cross greens is an assembly of rhyolite suggested it formed by rapid cooling ولا slow cooling ولا rapid cooling ولا slow cooling الأول؟ احنا عندنا slow cooling يبقى احنا ما بين بي دي of molten rock at the earth's surface. لا follow the earth's surface هي هتبقى دي. طيب a rock which is formed after lava eruption is called after lava eruption يبقى called basaltic rock. طيب igneous rock are generally classified on the basis of texture only ولا carbon content ولا color ولا both A و C؟ both A و C. Which of the following rocks isn't formed as a result of volcano eruption؟ basalt ولا proteite ولا andesite ولا pumice؟ proteite. اللي بعده if you were trying to identify an igneous rock sample having 10 crystals of about 4% quartz, feldspar, and about 30% iron, magnesium rich mineral. The rock sample is rhyolite ولا basalt ولا andesite ولا granite؟ لا andesite. طيب بعد كده which rock shown in figure called the fast؟ classy ولا cross grand ولا fine grand ولا prophtech؟ طيب هتبقى الكلاسي أسرع واحدة فيهم الكلاسي. طيب which statement best describes the formation of an intrusive igneous rock؟ طيب الماجما solidifies slowly يبقى أنا بلعب ما بين C و D. magma solidifies slowly resulting across granite structure. صح. An igneous rock is rich in iron magnesium mineral and used as ingredient of concert. What is it؟ granite basalt obsidian peritite؟ لا البازلت. The rate of cooling of magma or lava is reflected by the texture of the rock. The geologists who found limestone sedimentary rock in Bahira Oasis of Western Desert, which statement does describe what scientists investigate from the rock type. There once were a lot of in that area, while there once was sea in this area. Keep there once was sea in this area. Type. What is the final step in the formation of sedimentary uh, rock? الفاينل البيرت sediment is cement or glued together. يبقى دي compaction and cementation are two common process associated with erosion ولا transportation ولا sedimentation ولا liquefaction. هيبقى associated with liquefaction. If you find smooth uh, if you find smooth gravel and the desert, that shows the cause was water. Sedimentary rock are classified by sediment size alone ولا mineral composition and color ولا sediment size and hardness ولا grain size and chemical composition or grain size and chemical composition. Type. You have a symbol of rock and accidentally some droplets lemonata fall on the symbol. It freezes. طالما it freezes, the symbol is properly a shell. طالما freeze يبقى clicker sandstone. clickers sandstone. طيب ليه؟ لأن هو في كده كالسيوم كربونيت. The thickness of bituminous layer that formed from impacting 100.15 meter 105 meter of original plan is about بالتقريب أقرب حاجة ليها هتبقى 30 سنتيمتر 30 سنتيمتر ده هيبقى أقرب حاجة لأن هي هتبقى 0.3 متر هتبقى 30 سنتيمتر دي ريشيو عادي يا شباب. Compaction and cementation are two common processes associated with erosion ولا liquefaction ولا sedimentation ولا transportation. لا liquefaction بس هنجاوبها. Limestone rocks are very rich in copper carbonate ولا calcium sulfate ولا copper carbonate ولا calcium carbonate ولا magnesium carbonate. لا calcium carbonate. طيب which of the following isn't a chemical sedimentary rock? limestone ولا rock salt ولا rock gypsum ولا phosphate. The chemical element found in dolomite that isn't found in calcite is calcium ولا carbon ولا magnesium ولا oxygen. magnesium. Question 43. How does water not play a direct role in the formation of sedimentary rocks in not play a direct role؟ تمام اللي هي by flowing from magma and bringing the hot minerals reach solution. طيب during your trip your trip in Oasis on Siwa Oasis you find a boon of all living organisms. Find the bone of all living organisms that indicates it had been buried in uh, limestone rocks. Limestone rocks are rich in limestone rocks are very rich in calcium carbonate. Which of these examples of rocks are morphed into different rocks due to excess heat and or pressure. Granite changes to igneous while basalt to slate while sandstone changes to quartzite. 1 and 2 only ولا 2 and 3 only. Granite changes to igneous ولا basalt changes to slate ولا sandstone changes to quartz. طبعا sandstone changes to quartz ماشي، والجرانيت changes to igneous يبقى ايه 1 and 3 only. الكوارتزايت ماشي لسه قايلين فوق ايه ساندستون changes to quartzite، يبقى البروتولايز بتاع الكوارتزايت اللي هو الساندستون. طيب when you were in geology museum you found a rock that characterized by weak crystallized hard, okay, and large crystals of calcium carbonate. So this rock is slate ولا chest ولا marble ولا calcite. طبعا large crystals of calcium carbonate ماشي، يبقى دي ايه، و crystallized hard يبقى ايه marble. طيب heat and pressure can change clay stone to metamorphic rock chest. What is properly formed when more heat and pressure acts on granite؟ granite هتبقى الجينس. طيب question 50 بيقول لك ال opposite figure represents a symbol of genius. What is the manual composition of it؟ Quartzite can be nearly 100% iron magnesium rich mineral ولا no quartz glacial class feldspar is about 50% and no potassium feldspar and iron magnesium rich mineral are about 40%. هي دي الإجابة number P. طيب metamorphic rock may generally be distinguished from igneous rock because the grains of igneous rock are interlocking whereas they aren't interlocking in a metamorphic rock, while a metamorphic rock are fluided whereas igneous rock aren't, while their mineral assembling are different because their mineral assembling are different. Which sedimentary rock is most likely to be changed to slate during regional metamorphism؟ البرسايا ولا كونجلوميريت ولا الشل ولا الدلوستون؟ لا الشل. طيب 53 metamorphic rock are formed in the solid state, that is without melting, if some of the rock melted under the condition of metamorphism. But what type of rock would form from the molten material؟ intrusive igneous rock ولا fluided metamorphic rock ولا extrusive igneous rock ولا massive metamorphic rock؟ طبعا هتبقى igneous وهتبقى extrusive igneous rock. Type 54 a metamorphic rock transformed to igneous rock by heat and pressure. ثواني دي تركاية. هو هنا نركز في السؤال بيقولك الميتامورفيك هي اللي اتحولت لإجنيس ازاي؟ by melting and cooling. طيب an igneous rock transformed to sedimentary rock by، طيب نركز هنا igneous by واتحولت لsedimentary rock by weathering and erosion. تمام. طيب بيقول في 56 if a sedimentary rock isn't uplifted it remain buried. تمام، يبقى هي it remain buried. تمام، يبقى كده هيحصل لها ايه increase of pressure و temperature، يبقى هي كده هيحصل لها metamorphism. تمام. Identify the series of geological processes that can transform magma into granite and granite into sand and the sand into sandstone. طيب magma to granite يبقى cooling تمام. granite to sand يبقى weathering and erosion. بعد كده compaction and cementation يبقى B، هتبقى B. طيب بعد كده 58 study the opposite figure and answer the following question. rock cycle. uh, the rocks 1 okay would be changed to rock 3. تمام. by many process which they are in sequence. ماشي ماشي the sequence. ممكن يحصل أول حاجة يحصل uplift، ممكن يحصل uplift. تمام. weathering transportation and deposition. وبعد كده يحصل acidification. يبقى الإجابة هتبقى C uplift and exposure. بعد كده الويزرنج، بعد كده الترانسبورتيشن اند deposition، بعد كده الاسيفيكيشن اللي هو cementation والكومباكشن. تمام. the rock 2 can change it to rock 4. 2 اللي هي ماجما، ل 4 اللي هو metamorphic rock. تمام. ماجما اللي metamorphic على طول ما ينفعش، ما فيش direct way. يبقى احنا كده هنعمل the process exposure to heat و pressure. تمام. بعد كده هنحولها ايه لmetamorphosis. تمام. طيب if rock 4 is amphibolite. تمام. is metamorphic rock يبقى then the protolithes is جبر. كانت قبليها جبر قبل ما تتحول لamphibolite. وبكده نبقى خلصنا بفضل الله الحمد لله التست بانك وكل الأسئلة المتوقعة بإذن الله إن هي تيجي في الامتحان بتاعكم. ربنا يوفقكم ويكرمكم ويكبر بخاطركم ويحقق لكل واحد اللي بيتمناه وزيادة. ودايما ربنا يديكم بكرمه ويكرمكم بكرمه، مش بس بمجهودكم، لأن احنا بمجهودنا منسويش أي حاجة بدون كرم وتوفيق ربنا سبحانه وتعالى. فيا رب يا رب أكون قدرت أساعد ولو فئة قليلة منكم، وتكون المراجعة كافية ووافية للامتحان بإذن الله. إن شاء الله هسيب لكم فايل اسمه السدونة، ده فيه أهم الأجزاء موجود، هيبقى موجود في لينك الشرح، وبرضه إيه هحطه لك تاني في لينك الحل، وكذلك بإذن الله تعالى أي استفسار هحط رقم تليفوني بإذن الله تعالى. أي استفسار أي سؤال وقف قصادك ابعته بس على الواتس وبإذن الله هرد عليك لحد ما بإذن الله تدخلوا اللجنة وتطلعوا تطمنوني بإذن الله. وكذلك هحط لينك جروب واتس عملته هحطه بحيث اللي عايز أي حاجة يدخل عليه ويسأل، مفيش أي مشكلة يا شباب. أو يدخل لي في البرايفت يسألني، مفيش أي مشكلة. بإذن الله هكون معاكم لحد ما تطمنوا وتخلصوا امتحانكم وتطلعوا تطمنوني، وبالتوفيق ليكم. وزي ما أنا قلت ربنا يكرمكم ويرزقكم بكرمه ويجبر، زي ما بحب دايما أقول ربنا يجبركم جبرا يتعجب من عظمته أهل الأرض والسماء. ولحد هنا هنكون خلص الكلام بإذن الله، ولكن إن شاء الله ما يكونش آخر لقاء ما بينا، وللحديث بقية ما دمنا أحياء. مع السلامة.